What is their running back added to their offense between week 1 and week 2?
Just coming back. Strong. You know, they kind of got him going last week. He's kind of what you saw in college. He's a strong back. He runs hard. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He broke a couple tackles down there in that game. I thought he got better as the game went on, so I'm sure they'll try to get him going even more. But good player, and like I said, we'll be prepared for him to get more touches this week than he has.
You know, I know having Parsons helps everybody on that side of the ball. What do you think specifically it does for Rashawn Gary?
Well, I think what happens is anytime you have a guy like Micah, the offense pays a lot of attention to him, right? Whether they're going to turn protection to him, whether they're going to chip him, try to get 4 hands on him, and it creates a lot of one-on-ones for everybody else. So, you know, I think RG's getting more one-on-ones, and therefore I think, you know, he's going to have some more production. I think that's going to happen for everybody. I think everybody's rushing at a high level. We saw it in camp, and you're starting to see it on the field. Guys are coming off the ball. Their pad level's better. I think DeMarcus and Vio and Wendell have done a really good job with those guys throughout camp, and they're getting better. And now they're getting opportunities to get one-on-ones and win their one-on-ones, and they're doing so. So I think that's what's helped.
Can I follow up on that?
Of course.
So he's never had a 12, 13, 14 sack season and hadn't had double digits even. Do you think this is the year where it happens with having Parsons on the other side and the attention that he'll draw? Is this the season that happens for him?
I mean, I don't think it's fair for me to put numbers on him. I think he's off to a really good start, and I'm hopeful that he'll get better each game, and his production will continue to climb.
Jeff, what have you learned about Micah, not on the field, but just as a guy back in the meetings and just your interactions with him?
Loves football, ultra competitive, likes to have fun. He's a good teammate. He's got really good energy with our players, and he's quickly integrated himself into that room with both the coaches and the players, and he's really into it, and he practices really hard. I mean, you guys are out there for just a little bit, but, I mean, he goes, and he's been a lot of fun to be around for as far as me as a coach and as far as our players, but, you know, we're certainly glad to have him.
Have you seen his competitiveness show up in things in meetings, not necessarily on the field, or just goofing around with stuff? I
mean, yeah, the way he is with the guys, whether he's out in the creek shooting hoops, you know, he's always one grabbing a ball and talking to somebody and trying to outshoot him, or him and Bo will be playing some games together and competing. It's just who he is. He's a joyful guy with a ton of energy, and he's competitive. He wants to win in everything that he does, and that's part of what makes him really, really good. Just like most of the great ones, they want to win, whether it's playing football or playing a video game or shooting hoops or whatever they do. That's what great competitors want to do, and he has that in him.
I would have no idea what it's like, obviously, but I have to imagine that joining a new team 1 week before the season is not the easiest thing in the world to do, beyond just learning a new defense. We've seen him on the field, but how important are those moments when you are taking a guy aside, you're just getting to know him, introducing yourself, meeting in person, just to kind of build that camaraderie with a new team?
I mean, yeah, it's fast. I mean, usually that's what the off season's for, and that's what training camp is for. I mean, we just met him a couple weeks ago, right? I think the most important part is for him to get integrated with the team, and I think credit to our team, right? I think we have great guys here. They're great people, and they welcomed him in, and they've quickly formed a strong bond. So it's a credit to Micah, and it's a credit to the guys in that room, and it's a credit to the entire defense. And as far as coaches, it's just the same. It's not like we have a whole bunch of time to sit down and just hang out. I mean, the season, we're going and going and going, but it's finding those moments, whether it's in the D-line room or off to the side or in a one-on-one meeting. It's building that trust and building that relationship is the most important thing we could do, period. I mean, building a relationship with these players, I think, is the key to it all.
Jeff, I think Wyatt leads all D tackles, I should say, in pressures across the league. What has he done this offseason into this season to allow him to get off to this start?
I think, again, it goes back to OTAs and give credit to the coach, and then certainly D. Wyatt for the way he's practiced and prepared. I think he's coming off the ball with better pad level. He's playing really fast. He's using his hands really well. He's a physical, explosive guy. When he was healthy last year, this is what we saw. And he's healthy right now. He's playing more snaps, and we just got to keep him going.
Yeah,
After the Washington game, Gary had mentioned how strong the communication pre-snap's been, defensive line to the back end. Is all of that cultivated in the practice reps, or how is that precision maintained in a game when there's so many moving parts and variables?
I think that goes to the experience starting to play with each other. We talk about communication all the time, and it has been as good as it's ever been, and that is in practice, and then that is in the games right now. You know, you always, a loud defense, a talkative defense is a confident defense, and that's what it's becoming. So whether it's X back there communicating to Quay communicating to the D-line, guys are talking and helping each other out, and that's huge. I mean, that's how you don't make mistakes and you play good football.
Jeff, do you believe it's possible that a defense could be considered elite even if you're not getting takeaways?
Sure. I don't think you can have any one metric to determine if you're elite or not. Ultimately, the goal is to win the game. On defense, our goal is to not allow them to score points. I mean, that's the only thing that matters. Is takeaways important to me? Yeah, I want to play hard and I want to take the ball away, right? But just like me, I'm not one to talk about yards or where we fall in this category or this I don't care about that. I just want to win. I want to see our players play really well and have individual success, and I want to win games. So whatever we need to do on defense to win that game, we're going to do it. As far as the takeaways go, I mean, if you really study the film and watch it, it's not for lack of effort. We're taking more shots on the ball, and we're charting that than we did last year. They just haven't come yet. And the two teams we played did a pretty good job of protecting the ball. And there's also the best safety in the National Football League sitting in the middle of the field for a lot of parts of the game. And I don't know how many balls you've guys seen go up there. There's not many, right? So with 29 sitting back there, there's probably a big red circle drawn around him, and people are very careful right now where they're throwing the football. They will come. I am very confident they will come because I have a lot of faith in the guys, and I know how hard they're working at that. But to say we're not an elite defense because we're not taking the ball away, I just want to win games. Do I want takeaways? Yeah, in the worst way, and they're going to come.
I was going to ask you about that safety in the deep center of the field, because with this pass rush, it just seems like first 2 weeks there haven't been a lot of opportunities maybe to have time to even target deep middle. Do you have to find other ways with this pass rush to get Xavier involved so he's not just sitting back there, for lack of a better term, bored?
Well, one, if he is bored and the ball's not going up and we're not giving up explosive plays, it means he's doing an incredible job along with the pass rush. And if you're not giving up those big plays, it means we're probably going to win the game and play really good defense and become a really elite defense. But if you do watch, we've certainly put him in a lot of other positions, and we will continue to do so to get him around the football. But I would never measure him in his first 2 games by the amount of interceptions he has because of really the lack of balls thrown his direction. But in my opinion, he's playing as good as he ever has, maybe the best he ever has. And I mean, even, talking about X, you look back to last Wednesday, I started watching, because today's Thursday, right? So last Wednesday, I was watching film late, and I started to see some stuff because it was a short week, and I was like, I think they're going to attack us. And it kind of just dawned on me. So the first person I called was X, and I was like, X, I know it's late. We're really playing tomorrow, but I think if you can handle this, I need you to get me into this check. And he's like, yeah, coach, I got it. And with really out practicing it, that's what they came out in, and X continued to get us in the right call. That's the type of player he is. And I don't care how many interceptions he has. He is the best safety in the NFL, and what he does for our defense is beyond interceptions.
Jeff, what went into the plan? Last season we talked a lot about those mush rushes against mobile QBs, and it didn't seem you guys really went that way against Daniels. What went into the strategy there, and how do you think it panned out?
Well, I think it panned out good. I think he had 17 yards rushing, which is a pretty good day for a dynamic player. I told you the last time I was up here, we were going to take our shots and pick our moments, and as I was up there, I kind of got a feel for the game and what it looked like. I mean, I think on his first one, we sent a pressure, and we ran him down. We had 4 guys running fast. We're fast on defense, and our players are playing fast on defense. So I felt more confident to take more shots and allow him to run around and us to run around. We just wanted him to run in a certain direction and not the other, so we tried to force that. But again, I thought we rushed really well. I thought we really muddied up the pocket. and just didn't feel like we needed to cage them. I felt like we could go after them. So just a feel thing and how our players were playing in the game, and they did a really good job.
What have you thought of the way Keshan's played? Like, it's easy for us to sit up there and say he hasn't given up much of anything, but you watch him play the play. What have you seen there, and what's made him so successful so early?
Yeah, I thought he played a really good game last week. I think he had 7 balls thrown his way. You know, the way he finished, the one ball early in the game, it was 3rd down, and they kind of ran they corner out, for lack of a better term, and the guy caught the ball, and you saw him finish violently late. I mean, that's a heck of an effort play, right? It's being locked in. I thought he stayed square in his coverage. I thought he pressed really well. And overall, I just thought he played really hard. Can he continue to get better? Sure. Just like the rest of our defense, I still think we all can get a lot better. But I thought he played really good on Thursday night, and now he needs to do that going forward. Like, he has to do that over and over and over and over again, and that's the sign of a great corner if you can do that.
Hey Jeff, what's the difficulty of going up against a quarterback that's pretty much seen anything over his NFL career?
Yeah, he's going to get rid of the ball quick. I mean, when I was with the Browns, whenever it was, he was with the Ravens, so we went up against him many times, and now I think it's year 17 for him. I have a ton of respect for him. He sees the field really well. He can still make all the throws. He gets rid of the ball really fast. So you're just not going to fool him doing base stuff. He's going to see it. He's going to know where to go with the football. So we're going to have to get more creative and try to figure out ways to not allow him to know what we're in. So that's a great challenge. And, you know, we're looking forward to that. And we've practiced really hard this week on trying to do that.
Obviously, it doesn't change how fast you want to play, like the speed, you still want to incorporate that, but knowing that his decision-making might be a little different than any other quarterback you have played, does anything change in that regard in terms of sitting back and knowing that he's going to, you know,
No, we're going to play our game each week. We hope to evolve a little bit and do some different things to continue to throw people off, but we're going to try to play as fast and as hard as we can. But it will be a challenge.
Jeff, you said you guys have to keep getting better, and of course, you're not getting complacent, but the energy, the speed, just the overall vibe that your guys have when they're talking to us and when you see them on the field, what's the value of that? Like, sometimes playing defense in this league is really hard, slanted against you, and you get beaten down a little bit. And I'm not sure, it's been a long time since I've seen a defense feel this good about itself. What's the value of that?
Yeah, well, you have to have confidence, and I think that's what you're seeing right now. They are playing fast, and they are playing really hard, and they're running to the football. And that, to me, again, I said it to you last time, that's inspiring for me to watch as a coach, and that's the ultimate goal. I want to play hard. We want to play harder than anybody in the NFL, and that's what we continue to challenge them to do, and that's really hard to do for 18 games, and it's hard to practice like that, right? But they've done that thus far. So the challenge now is, can we take this on the road and do it? Like, give our fans and our crowd what they've done to light up that stadium from the first 3rd down on. I mean, that's electrifying, and that's appreciated, and our guys have fed off of that. We're not home this week. So the challenge is, can we go on the road, and can we play with the same energy? Because we're going to have to bring it. It's going to be us. Now, hopefully our fans will travel like they do and give us a little bit, but this is the first time we're taking our show on the road, and we better bring our own juice. And we better bring that energy, because it's not going to be loud on our 3rd down, right? So we're going to have to, we got to bring it ourselves, and that's going to be a challenge. And the challenge is going to be, can we do it every week? Because last week's over. The week before is over. So the challenge is, can you do it again?
But did you get that feeling from, like, it felt like your guys felt like, we've got a really good defense, and then, holy crap, now we've got Micah Parsons on it too. Did you get that vibe from your guys? Because again, confidence, you don't want to get complacent, but when it starts compounding itself, the sky's kind of the limit when it comes to that.
Yeah, for sure. And I do feel that way. And I think we took a really good defense and we added a really good player, and it brought even more confidence to a confident group. But can we stay detailed? Can we stay locked in? Can we keep communicating and keep talking so we're all on the same page, right? Can we still just worry about doing our job every single play and not going kind of out of a lane and just trying to make a play where now all of a sudden the guy's wide open or this ball carrier squirts through here, right? Those are the hard things to do on defense. So it's got to be detailed, as well as playing as hard and as physical and as violent as we can. That's going to be the key. And this week, can we do it on the road? And that's the challenge for all of us.
How close or far are you from doing all the things that you want to do with Parsons? And do you need to hold back a little bit no matter what, just so you don't put it on tape too early?
Well, it's kind of like anything else. You go into a game with a call sheet of certain calls where you want to do this, this, and this, and as you get into a game, do you need to get to them all? Or is this working really good? So you know what, I'm going to run that 3 times, and maybe we'll hold off on this. And then you got all these ideas drawn up, but you only have so many practice reps. Like today, we probably had 12 to 15 third down practice reps. So how many things can we actually practice and get good at? So I think what you do is you get some cumulative reps over time, and you figure out what you're good at, and you run them. The others you hold back, you practice them next week, and you run them again. So, I mean, I think what's really important for us is to continue to evolve and not just say, hey, this is what we're running every single week. We're not going to do that. So you're going to see different things. And we'll keep that a surprise, but hopefully you see something different every week, and you keep asking me those questions, and it never stops. That's our job.
So how many Parsons drawings have made it out of the closet?
Not enough. But the ones that have been nice. Hopefully they'll continue to be.